Hi, guys. Good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the weekly for November 7th through the 13th. Oh, God, I have class tomorrow. Oh! All right. I just looked at my calendar and I didn't realize I have a 2 p.m. class tomorrow. Okay. So I am behind on a lot of things, as you know, those of my regular viewers. For those of you that are new to me, please subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, leave me a question or comment if you feel so inclined. This is the weekly reading for all signs. It is broad spectrum. It is the underpinning energy of what is going on in our lives or could potentially be going on in our lives that we need to know about, right? So we're going to apply this to our reading, but we're also going to build upon this throughout the week with the readings that come thereafter. That's the whole principle. If you're seeing this on a date that is other than when it was originally created for, don't stress, don't freak out. It's okay. It's just, maybe it's time for you to see the message then, okay? So don't turn off the video just because the dates don't match up. Listen to the message rather than the dates. That's kind of the concept. All right, so let's see where these cards are going. Each card is going to represent for a day or two in your week. You may experience only one of these cards. You may experience all of these cards and then some. There's a lot of flexibility with these readings. So keep an open mind and a fresh perspective, and let's see where the cards take us. All right. Kind of pissed. One of the cards is the corner's coming up on it. What's going on here? Okay, it's a brand new deck. All right. And the beginning of the week, we've got, oh wow, the Wheel of Fortune. I love the burning clock in the water. Interesting. Oh, and everything's upside down, so let's flip that back upright. First things first, I'm just going to say this right out of the gate. Wheel of Fortune is major arcana, but I do not know why, but this has got me nerved. This deck gives me some real, I don't know, it gives me vibes, let's just say that. And it's not necessarily negative. There's something about this deck that's really, I don't know, it's weird. It's kind of dark without being dark. It's sort of serious and somber. There's this artist, he's done a really beautiful job with this deck. So let's just say that. The first thing that I'm going to say about this design is who the fuck out there is running out of time? Which one of you feel like you are procrastinating, withholding, resisting, not moving? And the reason why I say that is because not only is this clock on fire, which obviously would indicate running out of time, but it feels like with that placid water underneath it, right? Water always represents the emotions to me. It feels like there's something burning beneath the surface, or there's something burning within us. There's something going on that this is we need to address it. If we don't, and this is sort of similar to the readings from the previous week, it's that same feeling. If we don't address it, it's going to catch up to us. The Wheel of Fortune usually is always working in our favor. This fire could indicate some sort of freedom that's being given to us too, some sort of a release from something that we feel bound to. Time is something that binds all of us. It's something that affects all of us in both positive and negative ways, but it's something that we cannot necessarily escape, right? And the Wheel of Fortune is very much that, right? It is that universal flow of cycles and upswing and downswing. And where are we turning towards? Are we looking at this from a place of, this is almost giving me tower vibes in a weird way, excuse me, are we looking at this from a place of destruction? Are we looking at this from a place of freedom, right? So in the beginning of the week, if we feel things shifting, changing, moving in our favor, or potentially it could feel like it's not in our favor too. I mean, because I kind of get I don't know why, but today this card is making me feel very uncomfortable. Like in the sense that, like, oh shit, we've done run out of time. Now it's time to like get it together and start moving. Um, uh, but ultimately, the Wheel of Fortune is a beneficial card. So uh, even though we might feel some discomfort or some push, right, from the universe, some push by people, situations, activities that force us to make a choice or a decision or take a path in a way that we're not necessarily sure 100% sure about or feel comfortable about, it's ultimately going to be in our favor. It's ultimately going to work out for us. It's going to bring about a change that maybe we're not going to necessarily want to embrace at first, but um, that change will, I feel like it will leave us clearer. I feel like that change will leave us with better understanding. I feel like that change is actually, like I said, again, in our favor, even though we may not realize that. That could be our mind, it could be our ego, fighting against the change that the universe brings to us. Let's look at the midweek. Midweek, Three of Cups. Okay, this is a celebration card. Now, this does not look much like a celebration to me. This looks like some kinky ritual, but whatever. You know, kinky rituals can be fun. You never know. This deck is so weird. Three of Cups is emotions. It is pouring forth. It is happiness. It is enjoyment. It is celebration. It is a party. These three don't necessarily look like they're having a party. Let's be honest. But I do like that there's three there. We have the mind, body, spirit connection. We have things in time. I feel like the guy in the red in the center is symbolic of that fire. The black is probably symbolic of the clock or the binding, whatever nature was binding us. The white to me is sort of maybe the purity of ourselves, our spirit, our soul. The three of those things kind of coming together and working together to release something emotionally. And that release is to be celebrated, right? Whatever is this sort of placid lake that we're hiding behind or avoiding, it's there. It needs to come forward. The fire's about to bring it forward. These three are going to sort of pour it forward. Does that make sense? Where we release it in the midweek, where we're okay with that release, where we're ready for that release. We're ready for that. You know, maybe it's the end of this Scorpio fucking new moon that's been driving me batshit crazy. Maybe my dogs will stop shitting everywhere and throwing up everywhere. I don't know. But whatever it is, this feels like it's the release forward in a positive and good way. It's the unison or feeling reunified, reconnected to oneself, reconnected to one's emotions in a way that helps us to move forward, to flow more easily, to feel more free again, right? So let's look at the end of the week. End of the week, we have the Three of Coins. So we have two threes going on, which is interesting. Again, it's that balance. We have the emotional balance, right, of the Three of Cups in the midweek, which brings about the actual physical balance of the Three of Pentacles in the end of the week. So where we start to turn, how do I want to put this? When we start to churn our emotions in a way in the beginning of the week and they start to settle and come forward in a way that's honest, true, and more like celebratory or I think congruence is a word, more incongruent with how we feel, then our material world lines up into a way that is more of a mirror of what we're feeling on the inside. Does that make sense? The Three of Pentacles is always about success through collaboration, right? So pay attention to what the world is giving you at this time at the end of the week. Pay attention, and this it's interesting too to me because this Three of Pentacles ties back into that Wheel of Fortune, because the Wheel of Fortune wants to give us what we need. Sometimes not necessarily what we think we want, right? But what we need. And the Three of Pentacles is about success through collaboration with others, material success, success in our day-to-day world, right? Material success can be success in a relationship. It can be success with money or a job. It can be success in our home, anything that has to do with the physical world. But we have to start feeling it first, right? And we start to feel it in the midweek in that Three of Cups after kind of the struggle that I get from the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like there's this resistance in that Wheel of Fortune card. That's why that fire is there to like almost burn off that resistance. If we're being stubborn or resistant, like I don't think I want that change because that doesn't look like it's going to take me where I need to go. You're wrong. You're wrong, Brenda. I'm just going to say it. You're wrong, Brenda. You need to go that way. Okay. Take that, let that fire sort of transform you or burn you in a way. Allow the Wheel of Fortune to move you forward. Get in alignment with it on a mind, body, spirit level emotionally, and then watch it start to manifest physically through the Three of Pentacles at the end of the week. Right? You might find outside resources or help, or you might become an outside resource or help to someone else that helps to gain you notoriety or grant you, I don't want to say gifts, but like grant you the wealth that comes and the success that comes with that Three of Pentacles. Okay. Well, I'm also going to say this too. With the Three of Pentacles at the end of the week, we're going to feel a little bit more grounded too. Like we're going to feel a little bit more stabilized than maybe what we've been feeling in the week prior and in the early part of this week's reading. So let's look to the crows and see what the crows have to say. Okay. Bond. Boom, boom. I love this card. I love that there's a heart with wings, which is similar to my business symbol. I love that these crows are sort of loving each other. This reminds me of like the Two of Cups or the Lover's card. Bond to me speaks to that heart, that emotional well being, trusting that heart over that head, and then allowing that to kind of be, the driving force, that bond to ourselves. And then in the Three of Pentacles, it becomes about the bond to others, how we bond to others, how we assist them, how we help them, where we chime in, and what we offer or what we allow them to offer us is going to be kind of important, I feel like, this week. Let's see what Bond has to say in the book from MJ. And it's like letting our heart is where our emotions are, right? And it's interesting that, when we get those things settled within ourselves, we're able to move forward and be successful. Bond. Aside from a few casual swingers, generally male, crows and ravens mate for life. Bond represents a karmic relationship, a connection that goes beyond our everyday existence. Whether it is in a relationship or a career, a place, or hobby, it is in this soul level connection that strength forms. You can feel it within. It feels like a pull when you are near to it. And if you are being drawn closer and a tug back, wait, as if you are being drawn closer and a tug back when you get too far away. So keep that in mind. Let your heart be your guide this week, even if there's like your mind and your like ego are going, no, 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 no. Because that's the sort of struggle I feel like in that Wheel of Fortune. That Three of Cups is about allowing that heart to lead and that bond to lead. That's what we want. And here is our grounding stone. It is on Tiger's Eye, which is very grounding. The word is faith. Having faith that it's all going to work out, especially in the early part of the week. If we're feeling disgruntled, challenged, if we're feeling like we're being pushed in a certain way that we don't feel like we necessarily want to go, we need to remember that we need to have faith in ourselves, in in the universe, right? In our connection to the universe, in our rights to whatever is, we deserve in a way, right? Even if we don't fully understand it, sometimes our fear can set limitations on us that we don't necessarily believe we can have in a way. Allowing that heartfelt bond, at least to ourselves, let alone to anybody else, carry us through this week is going to be key. And as we emotionally settle and realign, things are going to realign and make more sense and come together, and collaboration will be much more effective by week's end. I hope that makes sense, guys. That is your weekly. Please tune in and we'll see how it transforms over the week. Please hit that thumbs up button, share this video out with whoever you would like to. Allow your heart to lead this week and do so in faith, knowing that even if you feel vulnerable, that is okay. Your heart is stronger than anything. Take care. Bye bye.